My son was about to take his first bite when something inside me screamed stop. I didn't know why, but I knew something was wrong. Let me take you back 3 hours. It was supposed to be a simple lunch. Jamie's 8th birthday. He'd been talking about this restaurant for weeks, some new place downtown everyone was raving about. I'm not usually the spontaneous type, but seeing his eyes light up when I suggested it? Worth every penny I didn't have. We walked in around noon. The place was packed, which I took as a good sign. A waiter, mid-30s, clean-cut, professional smile, seated us by the window. Jamie ordered the chicken tenders. I got a burger. Normal. Completely normal. But something felt off. I couldn't put my finger on it at first. Maybe it was the way the waiter's smile didn't reach his eyes. Or how he kept glancing at the table behind us where a man in a dark jacket sat alone, not eating, just watching. I'm a part-time security guard at a campus lot. You learn to notice things. And I was noticing a lot. The food arrived faster than expected. Jamie's eyes went wide at golden chicken tenders, fries, that bright red ketchup he loves. He reached for his fork immediately. That's when it hit me. Not a thought. A feeling. Pure instinct. The smell was wrong. Not spoiled. Not burnt. Just chemically sweet underneath the fried coating. Almost floral. My grandmother used to grow oleander in her backyard before she learned it was poisonous. This smelled similar. Faint but distinct. But here's what really got me. The waiter was standing 6 feet away, watching. Not checking on other tables. Not moving. Just watching my son's hand move toward that plate. And the man behind us? He'd leaned forward. Phone out. Pointed at us. Time slowed down. Jamie's fork was an inch from his mouth. I didn't think. I just moved. Hey buddy, wait, I reached across the table and gently pushed his hand down. He looked confused. Hurt, even. Like I'd just stolen Christmas. Dad, what? Let's switch plates, I said, forcing a smile. Mine looks better. He frowned but didn't argue. Kids that age still trust you without question. I'd have about 30 seconds before he asked why. I picked up one of his chicken tenders. Broke it in half. The inside glistened, too moist, almost oily. I brought it close to my nose. There it was again. That sweet, wrong smell. But I couldn't just cause a scene without proof. What if I was wrong? What if I was just being paranoid, and I embarrassed my son on his birthday over nothing? Then I saw the waiter move. He was walking toward us, faster now. And the man behind us stood up. That's when I knew. I didn't have evidence. I didn't have time. I just had instinct. I stood up, grabbed Jamie's hand, and smiled at the waiter. Restroom, I said casually. Be right back. We walked. Not too fast. Not too slow. Past the kitchen. Past the host stand. Dad, what's going on? Just trust me, bud. We pushed through the front door into the afternoon sun. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911 as we crossed the street. I need to report a suspected poisoning attempt at. The dispatcher asked questions. I gave answers. My hand was shaking. 10 minutes later, 2 police cars and an ambulance arrived. I watched from across the street as they entered. Watched as they brought the waiter out in cuffs. Watched as they carried out covered plates in evidence bags. Jamie tugged my sleeve. Dad, was someone trying to hurt me? I knelt down, looked him in the eyes. I don't know for sure, buddy. But I wasn't going to find out the hard way. Later that evening, a detective called. They'd tested the food. Ricin. Enough to kill a child within hours. The waiter had been paid by someone. They were still investigating who. The target? They weren't sure. Maybe me, for a case I'd testified in last year. Maybe random. Maybe wrong place, wrong time. But here's what I learned that day: sometimes you don't get proof before you need to act. Sometimes all you have is a feeling, and you have to trust it even when it makes you look crazy. Because I'd rather be wrong and embarrassed than right and burying my son. Jamie and I got pizza that night. From a place we'd been to 100 times. He blew out his candles. Made a wish. I made one too, that every parent trusts their gut the way I did that day. One piece of advice: never ignore your instincts when it comes to protecting those you love. Logic and evidence matter, but survival often depends on that split-second feeling that something isn't right. Train yourself to notice the details others miss: a look, a smell, a behavior that doesn't fit. In the moment between doubt and action, choose action. You can apologize for being wrong, but you can't undo being too late.